My beloved child, there is a reason your heart has been sensing change before your eyes have seen any proof of it. There is a reason familiar places have started to feel slightly smaller, why certain routines no longer comfort you the way they once did, why your spirit keeps drifting toward thoughts of elsewhere, of someday, of a life not yet visible but somehow already calling your name. Do not ignore that feeling. It is not random. It is not restlessness without purpose. It is preparation. Something beautiful is beginning to move beneath the surface of your life, and though you cannot fully see it yet, your soul has already started recognizing what your mind has not caught up to. The season you are entering is not ordinary. It is not a repeat of everything you have already known. It is the threshold of a life-changing union, and with that union comes movement. Real movement, physical movement, emotional movement, spiritual movement. Because the love being prepared for you was never meant to fit inside the boundaries of your old life. Hear this clearly. The next chapter of your story does not happen in the same environment where the last one was written. You are getting ready for a major relocation, and before that door opens, your heart must understand why everything around you has felt so unsettled lately. Some things had to stop feeling permanent so you would not resist when it is time to leave them behind. Stay with this message, because something important is waiting for you, and by the end, what once confused you may finally begin to make sense. The move ahead of you is not just about geography. It is not simply about packing boxes or changing addresses or learning unfamiliar streets. No, this is deeper than that. You are being repositioned. The life you have prayed for cannot fully bloom where you are standing now. The love coming into your world requires space your current environment was never designed to hold. And that is why the signs have been subtle but persistent. The sudden urge to imagine yourself somewhere new. The strange detachment from places you once loved. The quiet feeling that your future may exist far beyond what is familiar. You thought perhaps you were overthinking. You wondered if maybe you were simply craving change because life had become repetitive. But no, what you have been feeling is foresight. Your spirit has been picking up on what is forming ahead. Before major blessings arrive, there is often an internal stirring, a sacred discomfort, a holy dissatisfaction with what once felt enough. That discomfort is not there to punish you. It is there to loosen your grip on the temporary. Because if your hands remain too tightly wrapped around what is familiar, how will you receive what is greater? And the one being prepared for you, the one connected to this next season, they are not a casual chapter in your life. They are not a passing lesson. They are not someone sent merely to visit your story for a moment. They are tied to your future in a way that shifts everything after they arrive. This connection changes your routine. It changes your priorities. It changes the very map of your life. That is why the relocation attached to this love is so significant. You are not just moving to a new place. You are moving toward a new identity. The version of you that exists in the next chapter cannot be sustained by the limitations of the current one. And perhaps what surprises you most is this: part of you already knows. Deep down, you have sensed that the life you are meant for does not remain where you began. You have carried a strange awareness for years that one day everything could change in an instant. That one conversation, one meeting, one unexpected turn could alter your path completely. You were right to feel that. Because some destinies do not unfold gradually, they arrive all at once. Suddenly the person appears. Suddenly the conversations deepen. Suddenly what felt impossible becomes natural. Suddenly the place you never imagined leaving becomes the place you lovingly outgrow. And when that moment comes, many around you may not understand. They may question why everything is happening so fast. They may wonder how you could walk away from what has always been known. But they will not understand what you feel because they do not hear what has been whispered to your spirit in private. They do not know the prayers you prayed in silence. They do not know the nights you asked for something real, something lasting, something aligned, something that would finally make sense of every delay before it. And when this arrives, it will make sense. Not all at once perhaps, but enough for your heart to recognize it. Enough for peace to settle over decisions that would once have terrified you. Enough for you to realize that what once felt like risk is actually alignment. Don't skip past this truth. Sometimes the greatest confirmation does not come as certainty before the step. Sometimes it comes as peace while taking it. You have spent so much time asking for signs, asking for guarantees, asking for proof before movement. But the season approaching will teach you something different. It will teach you that not every divine opportunity announces itself with perfect clarity. Some arrive wrapped in mystery, requiring trust before understanding, requiring faith before explanation, requiring you to walk while still learning why the path opened. And that is why this relocation will feel both exhilarating and surreal. One part of you will be amazed at how quickly life transformed. Another part will quietly remember that your soul somehow knew all along. You may look around one day in a place that once felt foreign and realize, this was always where the road was leading. This was always why certain doors closed. This was always why certain people could not stay. This was always why some plans fell apart despite how badly you wanted them to work. Because had those things remained, you might never have left. Had every comfort stayed intact, you may have mistaken comfort for destiny. But comfort and destiny are not always the same thing. Sometimes destiny asks you to leave the known behind for something your heart has not yet learned to call home. And the person tied to this future, they have been going through their own preparation as well. Their life, too, has been shifting. Their heart, too, has been learning through waiting. Their world has been rearranging itself in ways they may not yet fully understand. Because when two lives are being aligned for something significant, both must be prepared. Both must be stretched. Both must release old versions of themselves before the meeting can happen in fullness. That is why delays have existed. Not because what is meant for you was denied, but because what is meant for you required timing. There were things both of you needed to become before this connection could sustain the weight of what it is meant to be. This is not rushed love. This is refined love. Not accidental union, but aligned union. And when it begins unfolding, you will notice something strange. The relocation will not feel like loss. It will feel like release. It will feel like stepping into air you were always meant to breathe. Yes, there may be bittersweet moments. Yes, there may be tears in leaving behind what shaped you. But beneath every emotion will be peace. Beneath every goodbye will be quiet knowing. Beneath every uncertainty will be a deeper certainty that you are not moving away from your life. You are moving into it. Let this settle in your spirit. Not every ending in your current environment is a tragedy. Some endings are invitations. Some distance is preparation. Some disconnection is necessary before redirection. You have grieved certain things because you thought their departure meant failure. But what if their departure was mercy? What if what left had to leave because it could not follow where you are going? What if the life ahead requires lighter baggage, clearer vision, and greater trust than anything behind you ever demanded? There is a future version of you standing in a place you have not yet seen, beside someone you have not yet fully embraced, looking back at this current season with tears in your eyes because you finally understand why nothing else worked the way you wanted it to. Because it was never supposed to. Because lesser things had to fail so greater things could find you unconfused. Because had temporary happiness succeeded, permanent alignment might have been missed. And now, even if the details remain hidden, even if the timing still feels uncertain, even if part of your human heart still wonders how something this large could truly happen. The stirring has begun. The shift has started. The invisible pieces are moving. There are conversations not yet had, decisions not yet announced, moments approaching that will quietly change everything faster than you expect. One day soon, what feels distant now will feel immediate. What feels abstract now will feel tangible. What feels impossible now will stand directly in front of you asking if you are ready. And when that moment comes, remember this feeling. Remember that your spirit was warned in peace before your life changed in public. Remember that you were prepared in whispers before the world saw the evidence. Because the next part of this journey, the part where everything starts unfolding faster than expected, will reveal why this relocation is connected to more than marriage alone. It is connected to a purpose neither of you fully understands yet, and when that truth surfaces, everything will deepen even further. There is another reason this relocation feels so much bigger than a simple move, and it is because the place ahead is not just where your relationship will grow, it is where another layer of your purpose begins to awaken. What is coming into your life through this union is not limited to romance, companionship, or the comfort of finally being chosen by the right person. No, the love approaching you carries assignment with it. It carries expansion with it. It carries doors that do not open until both of you stand in the right place at the right time. And that is why what is unfolding may seem unusually orchestrated when it begins. Pieces that once looked unrelated will suddenly connect. Strange delays from your past will start making sense. Encounters you thought were random will reveal themselves as preparation. Even the heartbreaks you once questioned may begin to look different in hindsight, because some losses were not punishments. They were protections. Some separations were not rejection. They were redirection. You had to be kept from building permanence in the wrong place because the life prepared for you was never meant to remain there. The ground beneath you has been shifting because your future cannot be built on yesterday's foundation. And the more you resist that truth, the more uncomfortable your current season becomes. Have you noticed it? The way your spirit struggles to fully settle? The way something inside you keeps whispering, there is more. There is more than this. There is more than what you can currently see. That whisper is not teasing you. It is preparing you. It is the quiet announcement that your world is about to stretch beyond what your present mind can calculate. Stay with this, because what you have called delay may actually be divine sequencing. There are details being aligned beyond your view. The person connected to your future may be closer than you realize, but the timing of your meeting, or the timing of your deeper union, has required circumstances to fall into place with precision. Careers, family matters, emotional healing, geographic timing, spiritual growth, inner maturity, all of it matters, because the kind of love being prepared for you is not meant to collapse under pressure. It is being built to last. That means the foundation has to be stronger than attraction, stronger than chemistry, stronger than convenience. It must be rooted in readiness, and readiness takes time. But hear this carefully, readiness is nearly complete. The chapter of prolonged waiting is not endless. The silence you have endured is not your permanent reality. What has felt still is about to move. What has felt stalled is about to accelerate. In fact, one of the most surprising parts of this next season will be how quickly things develop after such a long period of apparent nothingness. You may spend months feeling like life is quiet, only for everything to transform in a matter of moments. That is how alignment often works. It seems silent until suddenly it is undeniable. Suddenly the person appears. Suddenly conversations deepen with unusual ease. Suddenly plans are discussed that once would have terrified you. Suddenly a place you never imagined living begins to feel strangely familiar in your heart before you have even arrived there. Do not be surprised if the speed of this next chapter catches you off guard. Not because it is rushed, but because what was being built in secret for so long finally reached completion. There are seasons where nothing appears to happen because everything important is happening beneath the surface. Seeds grow underground long before anyone sees green. And your life has been in one of those underground seasons. Quiet growth, hidden preparation, invisible alignment. But what has been hidden does not stay hidden forever. The surface is about to break. Something important is waiting for you on the other side of this transition, not just in the relationship, but in the person you become because of it. Because relocation changes more than scenery. It changes perspective. It changes habits. It changes identity. It introduces you to parts of yourself that could never emerge while surrounded by the same environment, the same assumptions, the same expectations that once defined you. The place ahead will challenge you in beautiful ways. It will stretch your confidence, expand your vision, force you to trust your own growth. There will be moments when you look around and realize, I am not who I used to be, and that realization will not come from pain. It will come from expansion. You will understand then that some versions of you were only temporary. Some identities were survival versions. Some mindsets were built for past seasons but cannot accompany you into what is next. The move ahead marks more than a new location, it marks the burial of an old self. The uncertain self. The self that doubted whether lasting love would truly come. The self that secretly wondered if perhaps life would never change. The self that learned to expect disappointment because waiting had lasted so long. That version of you is nearing its end. Not because it was weak, but because it was only built to carry you this far. A stronger, clearer, more peaceful version of you is emerging now. And when the right person enters fully, they will not meet the old you. They will meet the healed you, the expanded you, the prepared you. That matters more than you know. Because timing is not just about when someone arrives. It is about who you are when they do. Had they come too early, you may have loved them through your wounds instead of your wisdom. Had the move happened too soon, you may have feared it instead of embracing it. Had everything unfolded before your growth, you might have sabotaged what was meant to bless you because you were not yet emotionally positioned to receive it. But now, you are different. You may not always see it, but you are different. Stronger, wiser, more discerning, less willing to settle, more aware of what peace feels like, more committed to alignment than illusion. And because of that, what is coming can finally remain. Let this truth sink deep. Not every connection changes your address. Not every relationship alters your life path. Not every love story reshapes your future. But this one does. This one pulls you into a new environment because it was never meant to be small. It was never meant to be casual. It was never meant to fit into the margins of your existing life. It creates a new life entirely. There will come a moment when practical details start appearing, discussions, opportunities, invitations, circumstances that begin making the relocation real rather than theoretical. And when they do, you may feel a mixture of excitement and disbelief. Part of you may whisper, is this really happening? Is my life actually changing like this? And the answer will be yes. Yes, the chapter you imagined in private is becoming visible. Yes, the thing you hoped for while trying not to hope too hard is finally stepping into form. Yes, the future you sensed in fragments is becoming real enough to touch. But before that moment arrives fully, one final lesson is being written into your heart now: detachment. You are being taught how to bless what shaped you without clinging to it forever. You are learning that gratitude for a season does not require permanence in it. You are discovering that loving a place, loving memories, loving familiarity does not mean you are called to stay there indefinitely. Some places are chapters, not destinations. Some environments raise you but are not meant to keep you. And soon you will understand that leaving is not betrayal of your past, it is obedience to your future. The people who truly love you will feel the difference in you. They will sense that something has shifted. They may not have words for it, but they will know you are standing at the edge of transformation. Even now, there are subtle signs all around you that your life is repositioning. Conversations about the future feel more serious. Your intuition has become louder. Random thoughts about moving, marriage, or change keep surfacing at strange moments. Certain dreams have become more vivid. Certain desires have intensified rather than faded. None of that is accidental. Your inner world often receives the news before your outer world reflects it. So when you feel that unexplainable anticipation, when your heart races for no visible reason, when peace meets you in the middle of uncertainty, pay attention. Your spirit recognizes movement before circumstances announce it. And this is only the beginning. Because the next phase of what unfolds will reveal not just where you are going, but how unexpectedly the person connected to this future begins stepping toward you. The way they approach may be far less ordinary than you expect, and when it happens, you will understand why the waiting had to be so precise.